So in this video, we're going to be talking about how coronavirus has had an impact on cancer patients and A&E, but cancer patients specifically. So cancer care in England has faced major disruption during the pandemic, with big drops in numbers being seen following urgent referrals by GP figures have shown. The number of people being assessed by a cancer doctor after referral fell to 79,500 in April, a 60% drop compared to the same month last year. Meanwhile, patients starting treatment have dropped to 10,800, 20% below 2019. The NHS said it has tried to protect services, and some of the impact was due to people not seeking treatment. So here we got a couple of graphs, so you can see there's a significant drop off in April. So it goes from above, I think it's about 100, 160, 170,000 total seen within 2 week target. We can see that the numbers were quite high, and then it's dropped significantly, well under 80,000 potentially, and that's cancer patients seen for urgent checkup, and cancer patients starting treatment down as well to probably around 11,000. Graph's not very clear, but you could see that it was well over near the 15,000 mark, and this dropped significantly. NHS England said a number of innovative approaches were being introduced to keep cancer care running. This has included delivering more chemotherapy in the community as well as people's homes, as creating COVID-free wings in hospitals to protect patients. And so we can see that the toll that coronavirus has had on cancer patients has been very extreme. Charities warn the disruption will have a devastating effect. And we can see one person's personal story here, Joanne Addis. I'm hoping that's pronounced her name, from Stockport, was diagnosed with secondary breast cancer in 2017, only weeks having surgery for primary breast cancer. She has been given a drug called, I'm not sure how to pronounce this one, palbociclib, I think, I'm not sure. Ever since to slow down the cancer, but her treatment had to be stopped in April because it left her susceptible to coronavirus. I wasn't happy. It kept my cancer stable for 3 years. I try not to think what will happen. There are a lot of people like me who had to pause their cancer treatment, and not all of us will have good results at the end of this. I'm just hoping that the risk of coronavirus drops low enough soon so I can restart my treatment. So you can see that the kind of secondary side effect of coronavirus has been to impact people with significant illnesses who aren't able to go to hospital and get treatment because of some of the side effects of the medicines they're taking. Obviously weakens their immune system, and that makes them susceptible to get coronavirus, and so that in itself is dangerous, especially if you have a weakened immune system. And so we can see one of the side effects of COVID has been it's impacted people with other illnesses, and this is potentially one of the other reasons why our excess death rate is so high. That people haven't been going to hospitals and to get treatments because they're scared of catching coronavirus. So this is about how services have been adapted in England and elsewhere in the UK. For that matter, NHS bosses have sought new ways to deliver cancer care. COVID-free wings have been set up in hospitals to allow cancer patients to be treated. These have been organised by 21 cancer hubs in England, with lead cancer hospitals helping to coordinate care. For example, in London, this has been done by the Royal Marsden, Guy's and St Thomas and University College London hospitals. So they are making the right steps, but at the same time, it doesn't seem like they are a lot of places where you can get cancer treatment. And so if you do have cancer, you may have to travel quite far for COVID-free free hospitals, essentially, or wings of hospitals to get treatment, which is quite scary. Especially if you don't have a lot of family members or friends who can take you. There have been a focus on delivering care in the community and people's homes, with chemo buses used in some places to allow staff to tour neighbourhoods, providing chemotherapy from an adapted van. A targeted form of radiotherapy, which has also been rolled out, which requires fewer courses of treatment, meaning patients do not have to visit hospitals often. A thing like this is quite good, where you can go to someone and give them treatment rather than them coming to a hospital, which can give them other illnesses, not just COVID. And so I hope this actually carries on after the coronavirus ends, because it will help a lot of older, more vulnerable people get treatment closer to their home rather than having to go into hospitals. This could be a great thing here. So A&E and routine operations here, and I know my mum, she was meant to go to get her shoulder checked out because she's had some really bad problems, and she hasn't been able to go because of the coronavirus, and her appointment's been delayed. She was meant to go, I think, in March, and it's been kicked into September or something like that, into the long grass. The figures published also show A&E and routine operations were cancelled en masse during April to help free up space for the expected surge of coronavirus. Just 41,000 underwent surgery, down from 280,000 in April 2019. So you can see a significant drop. And if you look at the graphs here, you can see what that number if in April might be at 10,000. You can see the drop off in early April, maybe March, to 200,000, from up and around 250 to 300,000, 300,000 plus mark. You see significant drops in the people. Not the drop in routine operations, people still staying away from A&E. So you can see, I think that's 2 million. So no, I think that's 200,000. I think that's 2 million. I think so. Yeah, you can see my maths is just not very good. I think that's 2 million there. You can see, total number of A&E appearances. Yeah, it must be 2 million. 2 million there. And that's dropped under a million in early May / April, probably April, and then it's picked back up just over 100,000. And some of this will be due to people being scared to go to A&E, and some of this will be due to the fact that obviously there'll be less accidents and less problems because people aren't on the roads as much. There's not as many accidents. There's less people drinking and things like that as well. So it's not all bad that the A&E numbers have fallen, but it's significant that people who may have suffered injuries may not go to the hospital because they fear catching coronavirus. And so I think what the hospitals need to do is have more COVID-free wings where they deal specifically with other things rather than coronavirus. And so it's pretty scary stuff, I'm not going to lie. And so, I'm going to leave it there. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.